Have you ever considered what it takes to retire comfortably in today's world? It's a question many of us have asked, and the answers are not always comforting. We're living in a time when the very concept of retirement is under threat. This isn't just about not having enough to take that dream vacation or spoil the grandkids. This is about basic survival. Increasing living costs are becoming a burden for many. A loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, or a doctor's visit, these necessities are only getting more expensive. And while costs are rising, incomes are not keeping pace. For many seniors, their savings are like a sandcastle against a rising tide. Inflation is another invisible enemy. It's like a stealthy pickpocket, slowly and subtly depleting the value of hard-earned savings. Imagine saving $1 today, only to discover it's worth just 80 cents a few years down the line. It's a silent crisis that erodes the foundation of retirement security. And then there's the elephant in the room, the lack of sufficient savings. For a variety of reasons, from inadequate income to unexpected medical costs, many seniors find themselves without enough in the bank for their golden years. The safety net they thought they had turns out to be full of holes. The consequences of these issues are dire. We're not just talking about cutting back on luxuries or living a simpler life. We're talking about the risk of homelessness. Yes, you heard it right. Homelessness, a word that should never be associated with those who've spent decades contributing to society, is becoming a frightening possibility for half of all seniors. This is a crisis that's quietly unfolding in towns and cities across the country. It's a crisis that threatens to turn the golden years into years of struggle and uncertainty. And it's a crisis we can no longer afford to ignore. Imagine working your entire life only to find yourself homeless during your retirement years. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? But for too many seniors, it's a harsh reality. And it's a reality we must confront if we are to ensure a dignified retirement for all. What does homelessness look like for seniors today? It's a question that many of us may not have considered, but the reality is startling and deeply troubling. Imagine this. 1 out of every 2 seniors in our society is at risk of becoming homeless. That's right. Half of our elders, the people who have shaped our world, taught us, and guided us, are facing the threat of homelessness. These are not just faceless statistics. They are our parents, our grandparents, our neighbors, and our friends. We often think of homelessness in terms of younger people living on the streets, but senior homelessness is a growing crisis. Many seniors are just one medical emergency or rent increase away from losing their homes. Let's look at some real-life examples. Consider Jane, a 75-year-old woman who worked all her life, only to find herself unable to afford the skyrocketing rents in her city. Or think about John, an 80-year-old veteran who struggles with health issues and has nowhere to turn. These are not isolated incidents, but representative of a larger systemic issue. Homelessness among seniors doesn't just mean a lack of shelter. It has severe physical and psychological effects. It exacerbates health problems common in older age, like heart disease and diabetes. The stress and uncertainty can lead to depression and anxiety, and the isolation can be devastating, as seniors are often separated from their communities and support networks. But it's not just about the individual. This crisis affects all of us as a society. It's a reflection of how we value our seniors, and right now, we are failing them. We need to address this issue head-on to ensure that our seniors have the safe, stable housing they need and deserve. We need to challenge the systems that allow this crisis to persist and work toward solutions that protect our most vulnerable citizens. Senior homelessness is not just a statistic. It is a harsh reality affecting countless individuals. It's a reality we cannot ignore, and a challenge we must rise to meet. We have with us an expert on senior homelessness to shed some light on this crisis. Our guest today is a seasoned expert in the field, dedicating over 2 decades of her life to understanding and combating senior homelessness. Let's delve into the heart of this issue. What, in your opinion, are the main causes of senior homelessness? Thank you for having me. The causes of senior homelessness are multifaceted and complex. Primarily, it is a financial issue. Many seniors are living on fixed incomes, and with the rising cost of living, they are simply unable to keep up. In many cases, seniors may have been just one unexpected expense away from losing their homes. Healthcare costs, in particular, can be a significant burden and one that is unavoidable for many seniors. Indeed, it seems that the economic landscape is increasingly challenging for seniors. What effects does homelessness have on them? Homelessness has a profound impact on seniors, and it goes beyond the obvious physical discomforts. It can lead to a decline in mental health, exacerbate existing health conditions, and significantly reduce their quality of life. The stress and uncertainty of not having a stable home can be incredibly damaging. In addition, seniors are often more vulnerable to the elements and to exploitation, making homelessness especially dangerous for them. That paints a stark picture, but it's not all doom and gloom, is it? There are potential solutions to this crisis, aren't there? Absolutely. It's important to remember that senior homelessness is not an inevitable reality. There are many potential solutions. Affordable housing initiatives are crucial, as are reforms to healthcare and Social Security. We also need to increase awareness and understanding of this issue so that more people are motivated to take action. And let's not forget the role of community-based initiatives, which can provide immediate support and care for homeless seniors. I appreciate your insights. Our understanding of this issue is certainly deepened. In conclusion, what would you like our audience to remember about senior homelessness? Homelessness is not a choice. It is a consequence of a system that needs to be improved. It's important to remember that these are our parents, our grandparents, our neighbors. They deserve dignity, security, and care in their twilight years. It's up to us to ensure they receive it. Thank you for your time and expertise. These insights are not only enlightening, but also a call to action. We all have a role to play in addressing this crisis. Homelessness is not a choice. It is a consequence of a system that needs to be improved. Joining us now is another expert with a different perspective on the retirement crisis. And what a crisis it is. A crisis that looms like a gathering storm over the horizon of our golden years. But our expert today calls us to look beyond the personal finances of seniors and delve into the deeper societal issues at play. They challenge us to scrutinize the policies that have led us here and the attitudes that continue to perpetuate this dire situation. Our expert posits that the retirement crisis is intrinsically linked to the policies that have been implemented over the years. They argue that the lack of foresight and empathy in these policies have left our seniors vulnerable and struggling. It's not just about the low Social Security benefits or the rising cost of healthcare. It's about the absence of a safety net, the lack of affordable housing for seniors, and the scarcity of job opportunities for those who wish to continue working. They further stress that the policies have been crafted without considering the diversity among seniors. Not all seniors are the same, after all. Some have health issues and need special care. Others want to stay active and contribute to society. Our policies need to reflect this diversity and be inclusive, ensuring every senior has a fair shot at a dignified life post-retirement. The expert also brings to light the societal attitudes towards seniors. We live in a society that values youth and productivity, often overlooking the wisdom and experience that come with age. This ageist outlook, they argue, leads to the marginalization of seniors, pushing them to the fringes of society where they face isolation and homelessness. We're urged to challenge this narrative, to redefine what it means to age, to see it not as a decline but as a new chapter, filled with opportunities to learn, grow, and contribute, to respect and value our seniors, not as relics of the past, but as vital members of our society. The expert calls for a shift in our thinking, a shift towards empathy, compassion, and respect for our elders. They urge us to remember that these seniors are people who have worked hard, paid their dues, and contributed to the society we enjoy today. They deserve our support and protection, not abandonment and neglect. The expert's perspective is a sobering reminder that the retirement crisis is not just about numbers and finances. It's about people, about lives, about the very fabric of our society. It's a reflection of our values, a mirror held up to our collective conscience. Do we value all members of our society, regardless of age? Do we believe in dignity and respect for all? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. And so we end this interview with a thought to ponder. The retirement crisis is not just a matter of personal finances, but a reflection of our societal values. What role does society play in mitigating the retirement crisis? As we delve into the role of society, it becomes evident that the retirement crisis isn't simply a storm to be weathered by individuals. It's a societal tempest. Our collective action or inaction can either exacerbate or alleviate this crisis. There's a profound truth that underpins our societal structure. We are all interconnected. The plight of seniors facing homelessness isn't just their problem, it's our problem. The struggles of one ripple through the fabric of society, affecting us all. So it's not just about empathy, though that's undoubtedly important. It's about recognizing the deep-seated interdependence that binds us together as a community, as a nation, as a society. The first step is awareness. We need to recognize the magnitude of the retirement crisis and understand its implications. This is not an isolated issue affecting a few. It's a pervasive problem threatening half of all seniors. Once we're aware, we need to rally as a community. Community support is vital in addressing this crisis. Local organizations, nonprofits, and even individuals can make a significant difference in the lives of seniors. Whether it's providing meals, offering transportation, or simply lending an ear, these actions can help seniors feel valued and supported. However, community efforts, while crucial, can only go so far. The retirement crisis is a structural problem, and as such, it requires structural solutions. This is where policy changes come in. We need to advocate for policies that protect seniors from homelessness and ensure a dignified retirement. This could mean everything from strengthening Social Security and expanding affordable housing to creating better support systems for seniors. In the end, the retirement crisis is a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our society. It's a call to action, a plea for empathy, and a testament to our collective responsibility. We are not separate entities navigating through life alone. We are part of a larger whole, bound together by shared experiences, mutual responsibilities, and common goals. The retirement crisis is not just a personal issue, it is a societal problem that requires collective action. How are communities responding to the retirement crisis? Across the nation, communities are rallying together to combat the growing issue of senior homelessness. They are spearheading innovative initiatives that actively address this problem, demonstrating that change is not only possible, but